Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Pink Power Live. I am Kara Flippin, Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide.
And I'm Nikki Westerfield, Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and we are so excited. Tonight we have on our call Sheila Madina, and we are just so excited to hear all of the good stuff. She was the very first Plexus Worldwide Ambassador, and she's going to share the history and so much fun stuff for you guys, training tips and her story as well. So I will go ahead and hand the call over to you, Sheila.
Oh, wow. Thank you, guys. I'm just going to turn my volume up just a little bit here. There we go. Okay, great. So I'm excited to be here. Diamond Ambassador Sheila Madina, very excited to be here with Kara and Nikki, and so excited to be on this. Is it Pink Live? What is your guys' name?
Pink Power Live.
Pink Power Live. Love it, love it. Well, they asked me to share a little bit, so I'm going to take you back. Just a little small correction. I wasn't originally the first ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. I was just the first ambassador that had to go through all the ranks. Because when I started with the company, our executive team had just taken over, and so they put our new comp plan together, which is what we have now, our Plexus comp plan. And I actually was the first ambassador who had to go silver, gold, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby, emerald. Then we created the sapphire position, and then I was automatically a sapphire, and then we created the diamond position. I mean, the diamond position was already there, so got there. But I want to take you just like a journey to my path of how I got from point A to point B, because you see, I was already in another business and thought I was doing okay, but you know, when you have that little piece of something in you just says, I think there's something better out there. I think there's something that you were meant to do, and you're just not fulfilling your purpose. And so that's the way I felt. And so I thought, well, let me just kind of scout around, but I wasn't really looking for something, and probably like most of you, you weren't really looking for a Plexus business. It just kind of came along, maybe perhaps fell in your lap, or you just wanted to get the products for the best price, which is what I hear a lot of. And so, but mine was a little different because I was demonstrating sunscreen at a health fair, and a lady across the way from me was demonstrating a breast check kit, and a huge storm came up. We always say that Plexus took us by storm because it seems like every time they come to town there would be a storm. And so she was demonstrating that breast check kit, and a storm came up, and we had to get under a pavilion. So I thought, wow, I'll show you mine if you show me yours, right? And so she showed me what the breast check kit did, and I thought, gosh, I work with so many women. This would be amazing to have this, this feature. And so my plan was that I was going to use the breast check kit to propel my other business. But God had a different plan for me, you see, because I went and started doing a few health fairs, and I thought, okay, this is going to be great. I'm going to promote this breast check kit, and I'm going to put my other business cards over here so they can see what else I do. But it didn't work out like that, because you see, then I started getting on a conference call with the company, and the next thing you knew, they had asked me to speak on a conference call, and I'm thinking, who am I to speak on somebody's conference call? But I spoke on their conference call, and I just talked about being positive and about having, you know, belief in what you do. And so the next thing you know, we have our body cream, and then Plexus Slim was introduced. And so I actually started with the company back in September of 2008. And in July of 2009, I was asked to sample the Plexus Slim, even though it didn't have a name and it didn't have a pretty package. It was just a white packet in a glass jar. And so I did, and to my amazement, I had amazing health benefits from it in just 4 short months. So we decided to launch Plexus Slim. So in September of 2009, we launched Plexus Slim. And I want to tell you guys, because I'll make sure I say this right. So I want to tell you that in 2009, when we launched Plexus Slim, the company did $280,000 worth of business. There was about maybe 30 or so working ambassadors, but I was the first ambassador that had come along and didn't and had the new program to start with, and so everyone else was transitioning over from another marketing program. And so I was so excited because I understood this comp plan. And so I found myself explaining the comp plan to other ambassadors, and that was okay because I thought this could be really good. And when I got the call to test the Slim, I had sold 4 breast kits the month before, so obviously and automatically you'd be the #1 ambassador in the company, right? And so that's kind of what happened. I was the #1 ambassador in the company because I'd sold, you know, one of the lead ambassadors because I'd sold 4 breast kits. But the truth of it was that I really was sold on the Plexus Slim, and I loved the body cream. In fact, it used to originally, its name was breast cream, but we had so many men using the product that they decided to give it a more generic name so everybody would use the product and feel okay about it, because we were taking labels off and all kinds of crazy things because we didn't want the men to know that it was really a breast cream, because it was doing great things for them too. So, but at the end of 2009, we had done a big $280,000 worth of business that year. I just decided, you know what, I really do believe in this company. I love the products. I believe in the company. Tarl was just such a nice guy, and I just really liked working with him that I thought, you know what, I am going to retire from my other business, and I'm going to go full-time with the company. So I did that December the 15th, 2009, with the goal of starting my business January 1st full-time and really being a Plexus ambassador. And so that's what I did, and it was exciting. It was exciting and scary. Scary because nobody was making any money, and exciting, though, because we knew what the product could possibly do for people. It was one of those what-if moments, because I knew if it worked for me and a couple of my friends, what if it really worked for the masses? And that's what we started seeing. We just started sharing our testimonies with others, and it started growing. So that year we went full-time, and I had a couple of running partners. You know, it's always fun to have a business partner, just like Nikki and Cara here. They have partners in this business. And so I had a running buddy too, and we just went out and started sharing the product. And so we used the entire year of 2010 to try to explain to people what Plexus was, because no one had ever heard of it. We certainly weren't called the little pink drink or anything like that. We didn't have any cute little names to go with it. And so we really just had to beat the streets. People had to see us in person so they could see what we used to look like and how we used to feel. And now, comparing to what we felt like now, they really saw a change. In fact, one of the meetings we went into, Coach and I went into it, Coach Cuevas and one of the guys sitting at the table at a cupcake factory little store, waiting for us to come in and share health benefits of Plexus Slim. He looked up and he said, I don't know what they're doing, but count me in, because that's how much better Coach had looked from the previous year. And so people were just signing up and joining, just really looking for that something, right? And so, but I think a lot of it was our passion and our belief, because we had seen the product in action. We knew it would work. People just had to take it consistently and work with it just a little bit, and it would achieve all their dreams that they wanted to as far as health management, well, weight management and health-wise. And so we were excited, and we just went out that year and really just shared. We didn't really care whose team were you on. We still don't. I mean, we were just like, just sign up. Yeah, whoever invited you here, yep, that's good. We'll sign you up, get you started. We loved everything about the product and how the compensation plan was working. But I am such a visual person that I knew that I was going to have to do something. I needed a visual. I needed to know, where do I go from here? How do I get to point A to point B? And so in the year 2010, we did $968,000 worth of business. Remember, we did $280,000 in 2009, and then we did about $968,000. And these are really rough estimates, not something to put out on Facebook, but you know, don't go post how much we did in each year. But it was pretty amazing, because I was like, wow, we did that. And we still weren't making any money. We were making little business building bonuses. We weren't sure whether we should cash the checks or not, because we didn't know how long this company was going to be around and whether or not it was even going to work. And so, but we were excited. I mean, I promise you, you can work this business with just a little bit of passion, and people will just flock to it. People are so hungry for something they can believe in. So we had a product you could believe in. We had a company that you could believe in. And then things really started to happen, because a few more people found out about Plexus, and we started building teams. And I remember that going silver was so important, because when you had 3 people on your team, you had somebody you could work with and encourage and put that belief in them to have that same kind of belief that you had about the product and the company. And so we came out with going silver, how important it was. And I needed a visual, so I was like, I need some type of worksheet. So we created this level 3 worksheet. I sent it into one of the 5 people that used to work at the company. There was only 5 people there. Chris Pike put it into a form for me, and we went with it. And it was something that I could feel in people's names, and so I loved it. And so we just started really building on the Power of 3. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a few minutes, but I want to take you through the rest of my journey, because in 2011 things started changing. People were catching on. I actually had an ambassador in Louisiana, and they started sharing with people, and the next thing you know, we had a lot of sales and a lot of things were happening in Louisiana, and people were starting to really move up, and then something amazing happened. I hit Senior Ruby, and corporate came to town. They came to my little bitty town and put on a big old dinner party because we had never had a Senior Ruby before. And we were excited about having a Senior Ruby. And so we had this huge dinner, huge banquet, and everybody met them, and it was so exciting. And I thought, gosh, I can't believe they came all the way to Gulfport, Mississippi to hold a banquet in my honor just for becoming a Senior Ruby ambassador. But it was exciting because we were starting to grow. And so I got a call from Tar one day, and he said, you know, Sheila, you're really close to going Emerald, and we believe that if you would go Emerald, then that would open up a huge, an additional belief in the comp plan that it really does work. And so if you'll just pay attention to your team, we appreciate you growing Plexus. I mean, there's no reason to get into a pool if there's nothing there, right? If the water's not green, it doesn't do you a whole lot of good. So we were just waiting for the water to turn green, and it started to turn green, and he said, you know, now's the time to jump into that pool. And from the very beginning, I said, you know, I only want to get in the pool if others will come with me, because it's not fun to be at the top by yourself. You want lots and lots of people, and there's so much more room at the top than there is anywhere else in this business. And so I just thought, okay, I'm going to just dip my toe in it, and then I want everybody to jump in. Well, people were listening, because I became a, let's see, I got that call in January of 2011, and by March of, now let me think, 12, 13, 14, we were building in 2011, I became a Senior Ruby, and then January of 2012, I got that call, and in March, I was an Emerald Ambassador in 2012. And in 2010, remember I told you we did, 2010 we did 968,000, in 2011 we did 10 million. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah. Me to think that you were a part of Plexus before there was even a Slim. Like, that's what you think about when you think of Plexus, is the pink drink and the Slim. And I think back to 2010, and I was like graduating nursing school with big plans to do that. You know, you're like, you're pioneering the way.
It was crazy. And then in 2012, if you think in 2011 we did right at 10 million, 2012 we did 36 million. That's the year I went Emerald, and a few more people went Emerald shortly after that. And so I became an Emerald in March. By the time we held our very first convention, which was that June, we had 4 Emeralds by then. And it was exciting. We had 248 people at our first conference. 248 people. I say that with confidence because I knew them all. And it was exciting. We were excited. You guys, we were just as excited as we were at this past conference with 11,500 people there. We were just as excited because we knew this was it. This was what we had been looking for. We were looking for something that we could totally believe in, and we had found it, and it was Plexus. And it was just the beginning. So 2012 was just a year like no other year. I mean, we started making, from not even knowing if we were going to have a check, to start making 6 figures. I mean, we were like, are you kidding me? How did this happen? You know, we were just sharing 3 products, a breast kit that has a lifetime, you know, not a life, but it has a 10-year, if you take care of it, it has a 10-year life expectancy, but it's a non-consumable product. Then we had a body cream, 1 consumable product, a Plexus Slim, a 2nd consumable product, and we did come out with 2 additional products that year in 2012, and that was our ProBio 5 and our Cleanse. So we came out with those 2 additional products, which really just changed everything. You see, we didn't call it Triplex because we didn't know that was such a cute little thing to call it. We just said, hey, you know, if the Slim's not working exactly how you want it, then you got some gut issues, and you need the ProBio 5 and our Cleanse, and you'll be fine. That's just the way we sold it. And so now we call it the Triplex. It's all that in a bag of chips, right? But back then we were just so sure of the product, just like we are today. We knew that the product was going to work, and it would work for the masses if you took it correctly. So let me tell you what happened in 2013. We went from 36 million to 160 million. 36 million to 160 million. Became a Sapphire that year. 1 year later became the Sapphire in 2013. And then 2014 we started doing $30 million in 1 month. We remember we were doing 36 million for the year 2012, and by 2014 we were doing 30 million a month. It was blowing our minds, So we couldn't believe it. I had become a diamond, went on stage, and I think about, I might have my, let me see, I've been a diamond I think 3 years, maybe, I can't remember. Anyway, it was great. So I got on stage a couple years back, and it's, you know, and we were like, hey, I think that was 2014, because we're like, we want other people to join us. The next year there was 32, then there was over 100, so it was just crazy. But I can remember going out on that stage and saying, you know, I don't want to be the only diamond on the stage. I don't want to be the only diamond, just like I didn't want to be the only emerald. I didn't want to be the only diamond. I wanted everybody that wanted it, that believed in the product and believed in the compensation plan, to work that compensation plan, find your path. Everybody's journey is different. It didn't matter if it took you forever to get there, it'll be worth it. You know, so it's not about the speed necessarily. If it had been about the speed, I would have quit a long time ago, right? Because when people say, oh, how long did it take you to get to a certain level? I'm like, the longest, right? Because, you know, we didn't have much to work with, so it took me the longest. But it was all good, because when I think about that, you know, this in 2015 we probably did, it was over 380 million for the year. So just crazy numbers, thinking that we started, when I joined this company, we were doing $280,000 a year, to now we're number, what, 28? The Direct Selling Association has us ranked as number 28 in the United States, number 46 in the world. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? If you never had belief in Plexus, that there alone should give you all the belief you need. Just those numbers from the Direct Selling Association. It's phenomenal where we've come from. To be in the Inc. 500 2 years in a row. Are you kidding me? Most people are excited to just debut in it. And not only did we debut in it, but we came back the following year and did it again. And so these are things that just don't happen, I feel like, unless you've got the right people working the business right, working the compensation plan correctly, and doing everything you're supposed to do as a team, building up your team. And, you know, the saying is, you can't get to where you're going unless you take enough people with you. You know, if you help enough people get to where they want to go, you eventually get what you want. And so I believe that wholeheartedly. I think, you know, you never want to be the only whatever. You want everybody to be there, because the more people that are there, the greener the pools, the bluer the pools, the whiter the pools, depending on which pool you're in. They're all much better when there's more people in the pool, is my personal opinion, because it would be fun to go to Hawaii by ourselves, right? We want everybody to go to Hawaii, so we love that about going to Hawaii. And so we put the car program in place. I'll have to tell you, our first Emerald Extravaganza was not to Hawaii, it was to Arizona to see the new home office. And then here we are again in 2016 with another new home office. You guys, this is my third new office in 5 full years. So just crazy growth. So with all that growth, though, came a path. We had to figure out how to get from one step to the next. And I'll tell you that every single time on your way to Emerald, you will have to become an ambassador, a senior ambassador, a silver, a gold, a senior gold, a ruby, a senior ruby. You have to go through every single rank. You can't skip a rank. There's no such thing. So it takes a path. And so we had to figure out what would be the best path. And I thought, well, sometimes you don't need to recreate the wheel, right? What worked 5 years ago will still work today. And so it really, really does, because this is what I know. The power of 3 is just that. It is so powerful, but it's only powerful if you do it over and over and over again until you get to the rank that you feel like you want to be at, whether that be emerald, sapphire, diamond, or even a re-entry. And, you know, we've done that too. But really, diamond is the ultimate position. And I want everyone to get there. And I promise you, the power of 3 can help you so much, because it's like breathing fresh air to get 3 new team members. And I am just one of those people that I'm always looking for 3 new team members and 3 new customers all the time. And I love to use the catalog for when I'm talking to a prospect, because I want to show them how simple this business is. I pull out a catalog. I show them the product, whether it's an online catalog, one-on-one, small group. I don't care how you work the business. There's so many avenues, and everybody has their own avenue that they are strongest in. I do believe to be a good leader, you need to know a lot of different avenues, not just one. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. But, you know, you do a little bit of everything. You do a little social media. You do a little one-on-one. You do a little presentation, whatever you can do to sharpen your personal skills. But here's what I know. New people breathe life into you. And I will sit down with a catalog, whether, like I said, whether they're looking at a catalog online or whether they're in front of me. And I'll go through the catalog and just hit a couple sentences on each product. And I'll say, now, of the products I've shown you, which one piqued your interest the most? And maybe they say, you know, it's the Plexus Slim. I go back to that page and I say, well, here's the 3 ways that you can purchase it. Retail, preferred, and wholesale. And you guys, here's what I feel like is the ticket. No matter what they choose, I'm excited. If they say retail, I'm excited. If they say preferred, I'm excited. If they say, well, I want to get it at the cheapest price, I say this to them. You know what? It's only $34.95, and you can be a wholesale member with Plexus Worldwide, but we're only going to ask you to do one thing. Would you be willing to share this product with others? And if they say yes, then they qualify to be a wholesale member. And so it's really that simple. Are you willing to share this product with a few of your family and friends? And if they say yes, because if they say, oh, no, I just want to try a probiotic for my own, then as far as I'm concerned, they don't qualify to be a wholesale member with Plexus Worldwide. You see, I'm all about they need to be using more than just the ProBio or more than just the cleanse, you know, at least the triplex to be a wholesale member. That's just my personal opinion. You know, there's, like I said, there's lots of different ways to work the business, and whatever way you choose, as long as it's within what I call the golden rule and doing things the right way, then it's all good, right? And so take you back to the power of 3. It's interesting how the power of 3 can take you from rank to rank to rank. First, you get your first 3 team members, you're already a silver. Who doesn't want a $100 bonus? Everybody wants a $100 bonus. And I don't think that you should leave out a single step in the 11 ways to earn an income. You know, one of them is a business building bonus, and I think everybody deserves that business building bonus. There are a lot of people out there that would love a $24.88 weekly check or a $100 weekly check. It could change everything for them. I tell people all the time, if you're looking for that person that wants to make an extra $10,000 a month, you're looking for the wrong people. You need to be looking for people that a couple extra $100 a month could change everything for them. And if that 100 turns into thousands, more power to them, right? So we're looking for people that just a little bit could change everything. And so get those first 3 people. Now you're a silver ambassador. Now the key is duplication, because if you can get true duplication happening on your team, then it almost starts spiraling out of your control, and that's what's so awesome about it. And so you're encouraging, not doing it for them, but you're encouraging your team, like having hangout meetings and Zoom meetings and one-on-one presentations and 3-way calls, and I could list 1,000 ways that you could do it. But you're teaching your team how important it is to sign up those first 3 ambassadors and become a silver. And you know, it's kind of that duplication. If I get my 3 and they get their 3, and they get their 3, now I have 3 level 1s, 9 level 2s, 27 level 3s. All of a sudden, before you know it, you're a gold ambassador. And you know what you want to do? You don't want to sit there and keep coaching your team. You want to go back. In fact, you should have already started looking for another 3. You never personally stop sponsoring. It's important to go silver over and over again. I can't say that enough. But just to give you a little scenario, what could happen? the company is so generous. You get paid on 5 levels for just being a silver ambassador. So like I said, on levels 1, 2, and 3, you would have 3 personals that go out and get their 3. That's 9 people on your level 2. Those 9 get their 3. That's 27 on level 3. 27 get their 3. That's 81 people on level 4. 81 people go get their 3. That's 243 people, you guys, on your level 5. You're getting paid 5 points on levels 1, 2, and 3, 4 points on level 4, 3 points on level 5. If you just add just that up of straight duplication of everyone just going out and becoming a silver, that's 1,248 points. That's crazy. But here's what I'm going to tell you. We don't live in a perfect world, and not everybody's going to do what you think they're going to do. So that's why it's so important for you to keep going silver over and over again and teaching your team. Go silver over and over again until you reach the rank that you are, or your goal is, whatever your goal is. And if your goal is to be diamond, there again, you have to be silver, gold, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby, emerald, sapphire, one step at a time. Whether your journey is fast, 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 or whether your journey is just one foot in front of the other, here's what I'll tell you. No matter how long it takes you to get there, it will be worth it. I know one of you said you were in nursing career. I don't know how many years you have to go through school to become a nurse. But I have friends that go through a lot of professions. My daughter's a therapist, and I know she had to go through and get her bachelor's, and then she had to go back and get her master's, and after 6 years of school, she started at the bottom. Well, if it took you 6 years to get to Emerald, it wouldn't be the worst thing. I promise you that, right? Because that's a 6-figure income, a car program, a trip to Hawaii, and all the other perks that come with it. And so sometimes we're really short-sighted. Now, I don't say go out there and say, well, my goal in the next 6 years is to become a diamond. Of course not. You want to do it quicker than that. But what I'm saying is you have to fit this business in the nooks and crannies because not everybody works Plexus as a full-time business. Some people have other jobs. Some people have children at home. Some people homeschool. Some people have lots of things on their plates. But if they know that they could take a couple of 15-minute intervals during the course of their week and make a decent income, it could change everything. And then they may start looking at Plexus differently when those checks, well, deposits now start coming in, when those direct deposits start coming in. They may look at things differently after they make that $200, $300, $500. Hey, this is real. I'm helping people. And you know, the ultimate goal when we talk about network marketing is first you'll think, oh my gosh, I'm going to get into this because look how much money I can make, right? And then you're going to think, oh no, look at the time freedom it's given me. And you're going to be so excited because first it was all about the money, then it's all about this time freedom, but guess what it boils down to? The number of people's life you change along the way. That trumps everything. Trumps it all because it truly will just be overwhelming to you. People say, do you ever get tired of hearing people's testimonies? Never, ever. You know, I'm going to plug the Wednesday night opportunity call because I love that call. It comes out in an email and you can just log into it and listen to it. But every week we have 2 new testimonies on that. Some of it's health, some of it's business, but that's 2 new people that you can refer back to. Oh yeah, I remember someone that's just like you, or I remember someone that's doing exactly what you're doing, and this is what they have done, and this is the challenges they have overcame. You know, not everybody's journey is going to be easy. This is not a simple business, but I do believe in KISS. Keep it simple, sweetie. No reason to go out there and recreate the wheel. We have the most amazing success kit. If you want to know how to work this business, read your success kit. Follow the guide in the success kit. It will take you one step at a time. And I truly believe that the power of 3 is how I got to Emerald, and from there, Emerald to Sapphire, and from Sapphire to Diamond is because I went silver over and over again until I achieved my goals. And I'm still going silver over and over again because my goals are not done. I have lots of things I want to do in my life. I'm getting older, and one day there'll come a time. So I got to work when the time is good, right? You know, when you're healthy, you need to go out there because you never know when life may throw something in your path. So work when you can. If you work a full-time job, find those nooks and crannies where you can work this business. And trust me, you will be overjoyed and overwhelmed in the people's lives that you change along the way. So I think I'm going to hush now, and maybe if you have any questions for me, you can let me know.
What? Sorry, Nick. I feel I'm echoing. Sorry, I'm echoing somewhere. Anyway, I just can't get over like how easy Plexus makes everything for us now. Like just thinking back then, like the vision that you had to have to pioneer through when you had this pink drink that you didn't even know what the name of it was, to how easy they make it now. And I know you mentioned our success kit. If everyone just pays attention to it, like it breaks it down step by step for us.
Right. I mean, we had no catalogs, no brochures, nothing. We weren't even sure what to put on a business card. We literally used a piece of paper that had the ingredients of Plexus Slim and the little verbiage of what it would do for you, which was basically what you could read on the package today. That's all we had. We made so many copies you couldn't even read it anymore. I mean, it was horrible, right? And so I think about all the tools we have now, and I think, wow, a person coming into this business now, I have a lot of people that ask me the same question over and over, or they'll make the statement, oh, if we'd only gotten in when you gotten in. Really? I don't know if you'd still be here. I don't know if you would have went through the challenges that we've all been through. You know, there were a lot of bloody knees along the way, lots of bumps and bruises, and trust me, now's the time you want to get involved with Plexus when things are a lot, I'm not going to say easy because I don't think any business is easy. You've got to put the effort into it, but it certainly has more tools than what we ever dreamed we would have. And you guys, we're just tipping the iceberg on the tools. There are going to be so many more things coming that I'm just so excited about. But even today, the tools that we have today is off the chain compared to what we had back in September of 2009 with a package that had literally no writing on it, clear package, white tubes of Slim in it, and we shook it up, and once somebody one day said, well, it looks like a little pink drink to me, and that caught on. And so literally we started calling it the little pink drink, and we truly had nothing. We started from scratch, and so I'm so excited for everyone that's involved with Plexus today, because today is the best day to start your business.
I love that. If you don't mind, I was just wondering, like, what are some of the things that like you do daily? Because I know you've been so successful, just like income producing activities. What are some things that you do like every single day that are like super important?
Well, I try to complete what I call a perfect 10, and that's something that's also in the starter guide. You know, we had to kind of make up stuff as we went. So the perfect 10, and it's so funny, this came along 4 years ago. It's funny, the Olympics are on tonight, right? And 4 years ago the Olympics were on, and I was sitting down with my power partner, Patty Cuevas, and we were thinking, what could we do? This is what we do. We were thinking, what do we do every day? And we got to thinking about it, and we was like, oh my gosh, there's like 10 things that we do. We'll call it the perfect 10 because back then on the Olympics, they didn't have the 16.0. Everything was either, you know, they hold up the little paddles and you had something between a 5 and a 10. But a 10 was a perfect score. And so we came up with the perfect 10, which is sharing the product with at least 3 people. And you can do that on social media. You can do that one-on-one, catalogs, however you want to do that, email, text messaging, lots of different ways, private messaging. But to share the product with 3 people. Share the opportunity with 3 people. Make sure you engage with at least 3 of your team members, and then engage yourself into one Plexus event at least weekly. Some people need to do a perfect 10 every day, depending on their goal that they're going for. Some people can do a perfect 10 a week. Some people are like, if I can just get a perfect 10 done this month. So depending on where you are in your business or what kind of nooks and crannies you have to fit into it. But I used to tell people, here's the thing. If you can get one person to listen to you, you can do a perfect 10 with them, because here's what you could do. You could share the product and the opportunity with them all at the same time. If you don't have any team members, then you're going to do a perfect 7. And you can plug into that one recording, or you're, as like this hangout, plugging into something that your team's doing weekly, whether it's a team call or an opportunity event or a conference call or a Google Hangout, Zoom meeting, whatever it is, just connect yourself into one Plexus event a week. And if you don't have anything to connect into, then go to our opportunity. Well, you could still do that weekly anyway, but listen to the opportunity call weekly. And that's what we used to do. We'd listen to that opportunity call weekly. A lot of it, I had to listen to it. I was doing it every week, right? And so I didn't have a choice. But that was my tie-in, because you want to make sure that you don't venture too far outside of Plexus. You want to always be in the know of what's going on with Plexus. So we tell people, read your emails. Go to the Plexus Worldwide Facebook page, group page. tie into what your upline's doing. Do something. But the perfect 10 is sharing the opportunity with 3 people, sharing the product with 3 people, sharing information with at least 3 of your team members, and tying yourself into at least one Plexus event equals 10 things that you've done. So I always try to keep that up. You know, I'm in different places in my business. I'm also there on the advisory board, so sometimes my days look different. Sometimes I'm doing a little bit more corporate things. Sometimes I'm doing personal things. Sometimes I'm doing lifetime opportunity meetings. I was so glad when there was a lot more jewels from them to choose from. I used to have to do them, most of them, all of them, and so it's kind of fun now. I only have to do a few, and so this month I'm preparing to go to West Virginia. So I also hold local meetings. I do that every week. I do the conference call for the company. I do a weekly call for my team. And so different stages of your business, you'll do different things. But when it's all said and done, my goal is to share the product with at least 3 people, share the opportunity with at least 3 people, and connect with at least 3 of my team members daily. And, of course, so I always say perfect 10. No matter if you do it daily, weekly, or monthly, just try to make sure that you're engaging with the product and the opportunity with as many people as you can.
I love that. It's crazy because I feel like me and Kara are so normal, and we both stay at home thanks to Plexus, and we're so blessed. And I know Kara has people say it too, like, you know, like we're just not your average, like we're just not like special people. Like anybody can do this business. What do you say to people who think like that? Like you're just special and you just got lucky, or what do you say to people like that?
You know, I just tell them that, and in Plexus, everybody has to sign up the same way. Everybody starts with the $34.95, and everybody has an opportunity to get a welcome kit. And that none of us got a free ride. We all had to do the work. We all had to go from rank to rank to rank. And I just tell people all the time, you know what, if you take the product consistently and you're willing to share, it can happen to you too. That you don't, there's not a magic, there's not a secret. You don't have to be anybody in particular. Look around. Everybody's different age brackets, different. You know, we didn't even think about posting it on social media back when we first started, okay? That came later. Somebody thought, oh, I'll post it on social media. Next thing you knew, it was the craze, right? And so I don't think the highest ranking diamond has come into Plexus yet. That might be the next person you sponsor. I just think everybody starts at the same place. It certainly doesn't have anything to do with geography anymore. I mean, you know, people in different places. It really is about just finding your niche, whatever your niche may be, and really focusing on that, but yet not letting that be your only egg in the basket, right? You want to make sure that you're good at a couple things. And I tell people all the time, I believe with our new Success Kit, you could work this business on a desert island and be successful, as long as you got some type of phone or computer or something, some way to get in contact with people, right? But if your belief is where you need it to be, then people read that on you, and I don't think you have to say much, right? Sometimes less is more. And I just know that my belief level, when I used to do this little survey with teams, and I would say on a scale from 1 to 10, get out a piece of paper, on a scale from 1 to 10, I want you to rank yourself on what your belief is in our product, what your belief is in our company, what your belief is in our compensation plan, what your belief is in network marketing, and what your belief is in yourself. And rank all those 1 to 10. And I would say that the first time I did that was with a group of jewels, and that's emerald and above, and they were so proud to be solid 8s, right? And I was like, are you kidding me? You should be 11 and a half. 11 and a half, I mean 10 and a half, whatever. It should be off the chart. Your belief in the product should be a 10 plus. Belief in our compensation plan should be, if you've ever received a check, it's a 10 plus, right? If you've ever received a direct deposit, it's a 10 plus. Our compensation plan, you know it works. So 10 plus. Network marketing, are you kidding me? Best form of business I've ever had the pleasure of doing, and this is my first real network marketing business I've ever done. And so, and then, you know, belief in yourself is the only thing I can't put a number on for you, because that has to come within you. And if you're not at 10 yet on your belief in yourself, then learn the skills. Read a book. look at other people, look at the diamond documentaries, whatever you have to do. And I think the diamond documentaries are amazing because you can see that people come from all walks of life. I love it when people say, well, I don't know if I could do what you did. And I think, oh my gosh, go back and look at my diamond documentary and look at one that was produced today, and you will see that we flew by the seat of our pants. We had no idea what we were doing. We just went out there and did it. And, you know, they sent me some videos of some other companies, the top leaders in the companies, and their little diamond documentary they did, and I didn't like them. I thought, I am not doing that. I am not getting out there and showboating, right? I was like, no, I won't do that because, I mean, I already have a roof over my head. I already have a car, and you know, it's like these people would look like they went and rented all this stuff and put like everything they owned in their driveway so that you could see it. I mean, it's crazy, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I want it to be real. And so if you watch the transition of the diamond documentaries, you can see it's just real people. I loved, I think it was Aaron's Diamond Doc, where they was like, Plexus got us a pool, and they see a little plastic pool, and they all jump in it, right? I mean, funny, right? Because we know that it's, of course, done more for her than that, but just bringing it down to, you know what, the truth is I am changing people's lives, and it's so wonderful that Plexus not only pays us to help people change lives, but we get paid for helping people get physically healthy. I mean, we can help people physically and financially be as healthy as they can possibly be. And I just think that that opportunity only comes around once in a lifetime. So here's what I'll tell you. If people have too many questions, and then I just say, watch me. Just watch me and let me know later if it's something you want to do, because my thought process is for everybody out there that's putting a wall up, for whatever reason they don't want to listen to me, there's thousands of people behind them that wish they knew about Plexus. How many people have you heard say, oh gosh, I wish I had known about this. I can't believe I'm just now finding out about Plexus. You guys, there are thousands and millions of people out there that wish they knew what we have. Don't let those one or two little no's that come from your family members or your best friend, right? Do not let that get in your way of being the person that you need to be and the leader that we need you to be in Plexus. You truly are on the ground floor. We are like a shiny needle in a haystack now, honestly. With the amount of ambassadors we have, we're just getting started. I love the thought that, guess what, you're still kind of on the ground floor. It's just that the ground floor is carpeted. It's really nice.
I hate to think about what my life would be like right now if I would have said no to Plexus. Like, it literally just, I just hate to think about that. I would not be at home with my kids all the time. I would not have the freedom that I have anymore. It's just insane.
Yeah. Amen to that.
Yes.
I like watching those diamond documentaries. Like, me and Kara have a group going on right now to try to get people to get to silver, and we've been sharing a lot of diamond documentaries, so then, like, I catch myself reading the diamond documentaries, and, like, I literally almost cry at every single one. It's crazy. It's life-changing. It really is.
And everyone's so different, and that's the beauty of this business, is everybody is different, so I love that.
Well, we probably need to wrap this up. It's been about 45 minutes now, and I know it's getting late for you guys, but thank you so much for being on our call tonight. We really appreciate it, and appreciate everything that you shared and the belief that you helped pour into us. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. We're so grateful beyond words.
Thank you for the invite. I appreciate it. Night.
You guys have a good night.
Pardon?